To live is the rarest thing in the world. Most people just exist. That is all.
So you guys, I'm so excited about today's video. If you know me, then you know I'm all about people living their best lives and putting themselves first. So let's talk about how to stop caring about what other people think. So the first tip I have for you guys is to recognize that it's perfectly normal to care about what other people think. It is in our human nature to want to be liked, especially by people who are important to us. So I definitely want you guys to find some comfort in knowing that you're not alone. I'll be the first person to raise my hand and share that I do care about what other people think. However, and this is a big however, I care about what other people think, but not to the extent that it'll impact my life, my decisions, my happiness, and me being my true and authentic self. And that's honestly all I want for you guys as well. Like, we can normalize being human and wanting to be liked, but let's not normalize sacrificing our happiness just so that we could satisfy the opinions of other people. Like, we are not doing that anymore. And I'm speaking for you as well. You are not doing that anymore because the cost of sacrificing your happiness for someone else's happiness is too high and is too expensive. And let's say you're not doing it to make other people happy. There are several other reasons why you can care about other people's opinion. Let's say you do it because you want to make your parents proud. Let's say you do it because you want other people to like you. No matter what reason you come up with, it always comes back to the fact that it is not justifiable. It's just not. Let me be clear here so there's no confusion. When I'm talking about how to stop caring about what other people think, what I'm referring to is not living your life in a way that you want to, in a way that feels authentic because you care about what someone else will think about you. So while I'm telling you guys to recognize that your behavior is perfectly normal, what I want to really drive home is that it's normal to a certain extent. I feel like most people care what other people think, but it's to varying degrees. Some people care too much what other people think, and too much is when you start to care to a point where you can't move how you want to move in your own life. You can't say the things that you want to say. You can't be who you want to be. That to me is too much. So the second tip I have for you guys is to recognize that the most important opinion is your own. We all only get one life. Like, this is it. And I feel like knowing that should give us some sense of urgency in how we live that life. There's no second chance, guys. This is it. So you know your situation, you know your circumstance, you know everything there is to know about you. So there's no greater expert in your life and how you live it than yourself. When you don't do the things that you want to do, you suffer the consequence of that. It's you that's missing out on opportunities because you haven't pursued your goals. It's you that's having that internal struggle because you aren't showing up as your authentic self. All of these things are happening to you. I mean, if it's you that's having to face all of these consequences, then why aren't you taking back control of your life? You're the one with all of the knowledge because you know things about yourself that other people don't know. You know things about your situation that other people don't know. So let's say you want to pursue something. Other people don't know the talent that you have. Other people don't know the level of commitment that you have. Other people don't know the capability that you have. When people's opinions are different than yourself, they're really taking their perspective, their experiences, and they're putting that on you. To listen to somebody else really doesn't make sense because that person has past experiences and that person's in a certain environment that is different than yours. So they're bringing those things together and they're forming their own opinion. Their own opinion has nothing to do with you. It's merely an extension of what they feel about themselves. If somebody feels like you shouldn't do something, it's because that person knows that they can't do it. If somebody tells you that you shouldn't say something, it's because somebody's uncomfortable with saying it. Other people's opinions is based on themselves. That is why I'm telling you that your opinion is the most important. Tip number 3 is I want you guys to acknowledge that the cost of caring is too expensive. It can really cost you your life. And I know that that can seem like a very dramatic statement, but when you really think about it, you essentially are not living your life when you constantly care about what other people think. You're doing things that you don't want to do. You're not saying things that you want to say. You're not being who you want to be. So that's not your life. You're not living your life. You're living theirs. I'm gonna let that marinate just for a second. Every time you let somebody decide something for you, you are mirroring back to them what they are living. Now, my question to you is that the life that you want to live? Now I'm going to share something with you guys. The people worth keeping in your life and the people that truly care about you recognize that your decisions are yours to make. They don't always agree with the decisions, but they respect you enough to make it, and there is no judgment there. While they may not understand your choices, they understand that it's important for you to be happy. And even though people don't understand why you do the things that you do or why you are the way that you are, they should have enough respect for you to understand that they don't need to. That's not important. It doesn't matter why somebody is the way they are. It doesn't matter. What matters is that they're living in their truth. What matters is that they are living their human experience authentically. And I would like to see more of that. I would love to see people be their true selves. And if I'm being 100% honest, there is nothing I appreciate more about a person than somebody who is honest and somebody who's truthful. Tip number 4 is to recognize that you are free and you have a freedom that many people around the world don't have. There are millions of people who live around the world who do not have the freedom to choose to live the life they want to live, even though they're willing to do that. I have watched countless documentaries about women who live in certain Middle Eastern countries who don't have the freedoms that we have here. These women have ideas about the type of partner they want to be with. These women have ideas about the clothes that they want to wear. But unfortunately, despite being willing to want to change certain things about their life, it's just not a possibility for some of these women. And some of you guys may challenge that and say that these women are still free. They still have freedom of choice and freedom of will to do whatever they want. The cost for them to exercise that freedom is completely different than us. Death or imprisonment is literally the cost for some of these women. The 5th and final tip I have for you guys is to realize that it really doesn't matter and that these same people whose opinions we care about, they'll get over it. In the grand scheme of things, how we choose to live our lives is really a small part of their life. Like I previously said, the people who truly care about you are people that are going to be around in your life no matter what. Something as small as you being your true authentic self is not enough to cause a rift in a relationship. If anything, I'd like to argue that it'll strengthen it. I cannot count how many times I was afraid to do something, and when I finally got the courage to do it, or I finally got the courage to say something I wanted to say, how much relief and how much good came from that decision. I honestly became a happier person when I started living in my truth, and the best part about it was knowing that people were accepting of me for who I really was. Like, some of you guys just don't know, this is really how I am in real life. I am this person who could be a little crazy sometimes, the good kind. I am very loving, I'm caring, I love helping other people, I can be very passionate about things, and I try to make that show in my videos as much as possible because that is my truth, that is who I am. So to all of you guys who are subscribed on my channel, thank you so much for accepting me for me and for putting up with me just the way I am, because I'm not changing, and I don't want you to either. Nobody cares, and it really doesn't matter. Like, I promise you, once you step into your truth, once you become who you truly are, I feel like things will unfold in a positive way for you. You'll be able to create genuine friendships and have people in your life who accept you for you. You'll be able to do things that you've always wanted to do. You'll be able to speak and say things that you've always wanted to say. You won't have those moments of wondering what if. Like, what if I did do this? What if I did say that? Like, you will just know. It'll be clear. You'll have your response, and how you move from that will be on you. Like, if somebody can't accept you the way that you are, then you have your answer. That person doesn't need to be around you. And the life that you will have without that person around will be a lot better than the life that you have with them there presently. And let's say you're in a situation where you have to deal with that person, whether it's at work, school, or it's somebody in your life that just for whatever reason you have to interact with them. That's fine. You can still be cordial and respectful with that person, but create your boundaries. Create a space that you don't allow them in. That space is created for the people who won't judge you in your life. That space is created for the people who support you in your life. That space is created for the people who respect you in your life. That space is created for the people who accept you in your life. And that's clearly not them. And that's perfectly okay. All right guys, so you know what time it is. We are coming to the end of the video. I enjoyed putting this video together for you guys, and I genuinely hope that this video was able to impact some of you guys in a meaningful way. I hope that someone, even if it's just one person, was able to take something away from this video. And thank you so much for watching. I will see you guys in the next one. But before we go, if you like this video, then please show me that you liked it by pressing on the like button. Any support I get from you guys really helps me in getting my message out there, and it helps me in growing this platform so that I can help other people. Also, go ahead and comment any thoughts that you have down below. Let me know if you took anything away from this video, or if you have any tips that you want to add. And finally, don't forget to click on that subscribe button and that notification bell to make us official.